Thank you to tonight's sponsor, Mack Weldon. For 20% off your first order, visit mackweldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast.
Uh-oh, I screwed something up. Hold on, don't stop.
Don't stop.
No, don't sing either.
Don't sing. Something screwed up. There's apparently a whole bunch of echo.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, GP's got it. The show listeners who are listening to this as a podcast are going to love this part. Although I have a feeling he's going to maybe cut this out. So this may be live show only footage. I sound like T-Pain.
I fixed it.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was about to say that I'm on a boat.
This is what happens when you don't test with the crew and you just test by yourself.
Yeah.
When you do a Zoom call by yourself. Okay, now that ad is fine. I'll just edit this part out.
Not a problem.
Stand by for actual show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 674. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's also just been acquired by Epic Games, Wombat.
I wish.
All you need to...
yeah, all I have to do is make a game that gets into the zeitgeist for a couple of months.
That's it.
Yeah.
How hard could that be?
I mean, I feel like it would take me like a couple of weeks minimum, right?
Oh, yes.
That kind of time.
Yes. You put in a good, solid couple of weeks effort. Guaranteed home run.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these games are easy to make.
Yes.
I just got to make something. Oh, look, it's a Tic Tac that falls down. I call it Tic Tac Goes Down. That's the name of the game. Expect to see it on all platforms and consoles by the end of next week.
Here is your bag of money.
Thank you.
Hello, Shipwreck.
Hello. I've been hard at work on a game.
You have?
No.
What's it called?
I'd like to sell it, though.
You'd like to sell?
It better not be called Tic Tac Goes Down because I already trademarked
that one. I still think the spreadsheet gaming market is rife for some entries still. Just some general spreadsheeting.
You know, I could see that actually, a game like that actually doing okay.
There's that weird game.
You could be the man to design it.
It's like that. What's that weird game where you browse the internet and that's the game, looking for anomalies on websites? It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I've played that one.
Yeah, I don't know what it's
Hyperspace
called.
Drifter or something.
Drifter.
Yeah.
Yep.
If that could be a game that's successful, then I'm pretty sure there's an Excel spreadsheet game that could be.
Oh, it definitely is. Everybody loves Excel.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So versatile and fun.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of Excel, I just think of fun. I mean, that's the first thing I think of. Is just fun, not work.
You're thinking of VLOOKUP.
Ooh, you could call it. You could call it circular reference. Ooh, that's what I call it.
I don't need to know what VLOOKUP is. I think
VLOOKUP is the worst. I bet Chip loves it.
VLOOKUP is where it's at. Use it daily.
I bet you do.
There
I
you go.
avoid it like the plague.
How'd that burp sound on my new microphone? It smells good. I can tell you that. What else is going on? Anything? Or just sitting around waiting to be vaccinated? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just like
I have an appointment.
Yep. I'm starting to smoke actually, so I can. I think 100 cigarettes. You just need to smoke 100 cigarettes in North Carolina, and you can get the appointment.
I got a letter from my doctor letting me know that I'm fat because I needed that proof.
Right.
In writing.
Right. You need to. Yeah. It's. I looked up the eligibility requirements. Tall isn't one of them. I noticed.
No, but fat is.
It's not just fat. It's a certain amount of fat.
Yeah, lots of it.
There's actually a definition. It was too complicated for me. It was too much math involved, but it was like something. Percentages.
I had to get a physical. I had to go to the doctor and get my physical.
It sounds like a scam.
What, to go to the doctor and get a physical?
Physical?
No.
Is this not a thing you do yearly?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's not a scam.
To get the note, not the physical.
So is that really how you got your in line for the?
Of course, that's how it happens. And the cigarettes too. The cigarette. I wasn't joking about. In New Jersey, if you're a smoker, you can get it. You can already have gotten it like a month ago.
But I'm not getting it anytime in the near future. I mean, it's near enough, I guess. But based on what the president said, it looks like it's like going to be splitting hairs by the time I get it. But who cares?
Congrats.
I know. April. I'm not going to get it until April. So
That's what month is it now?
March.
That's next month.
Yes, it's next month.
So that's
you're going to start your diet and exercise routine after that then?
Oh, trust me, I actually have an appointment with a medical dietitian to sit down and go over what I can and can't eat, because there's all sorts of things I'm not supposed to eat anymore. So that's a whole other thing.
Did they listen to last week's show about chicken sandwiches?
Right.
You know what? I can eat chicken.
I don't think
you're saying deep fried chicken on bread with mayonnaise is not. I'm pretty sure that's chicken.
Yeah.
It's got chicken as one of the ingredients.
It says chicken right on the package.
It also says sandwich on the package.
Sandwich.
That's where it starts to go downhill.
No, it means that I'm playing golf while eating. Sandwich.
Oh God.
Show feedback then.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
It's more about me anyway.
Oh, good.
Strange Brew has to say, for a guy who loves to judge and point fingers at others, any and every time something isn't done his way, don't you think booking a 65-person buffet in a small room is a poor choice right now? Come on, man. This is in reference to planning my daughter's bat mitzvah. I think there was a misunderstanding that like it was going to be in like 2 weeks. It's going to be late this year, probably the earliest October. And every place we're doing it, we're making sure, that we're talking to, we're making sure has an out if for some reason everyone isn't vaccinated.
Man, it's like these people never planned a bat mitzvah before.
Yeah, it's not.
What's wrong with these people? They don't know it takes like solid 6 months.
And it really does.
Of course, it's a part.
Yeah.
It's like planning a wedding.
Yeah, we had the rabbi at the house on Tuesday. Sabrina started her lessons. So there was a rabbi in my house.
She only has to do lessons now, from now to the bat mitzvah?
Yep, that's
6 months, that's it? I had to suffer like 3 times a week for, I don't know, 3 years? 4 years? Unfair. That was never presented as an option to me.
Me neither. It's so much better. But, yeah, it was, it's pretty lush for her. She just has to take her lesson once a week and be ready for whenever we do this thing, hopefully in October. Hopefully everyone's vaccinated and we can do it in a nice, affordable space.
Like Dave and Buster's.
Yes. Which, by the way, really nice.
I saw the picture. It looked like a quality spot.
Surprisingly.
They have a nice, was that room like the big room, like the bar mitzvah boy room? Was that in like downstairs or something?
No, it's like in the back because there's no real mall there anymore. So I think they expanded and put in this giant private room.
Oh, into the fortune offs?
Basically. So.
Yeah, it definitely did not look like a Dave and Buster's when I saw that room.
No.
It looked like it could be in any temple or anything, anywhere.
Mm-hmm. It was a pretty standard, I know. And then you have the Dave and Buster's to do all that stuff if you want to like do that stuff.
I got to admit, like probably the day after we recorded the show last week, I Googled Dave and Buster's bar mitzvah. It's
like the hip place to do it now. By the
way. That's not where I was going with it, but I mean, I believe you. But I saw a picture, and it was like, it looked totally fine. It was a group of all the kids lined up like you would have at a bar mitzvah, and the kids were dressed like, I would say, like business casual for the most part, or nicer. But there was one kid who just showed up in like the shittiest sweatshirt. And he's just standing like right in the middle. And it's just like, that's the only problem when you have it at Dave and Buster's. Is you can have like one kid who's just like, yeah, fuck it, it's at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, who's there to be at Dave and Buster's.
I don't think we're going to have it there anyway. So it's kind of a
Oh, why? It was, you said it was like pricier than you expected.
Oh yeah, it was really pricey.
It's high end. It's a high end brand, Dave and
now
Buster's.
That's considered high end.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that would have been emotional though, because that's the CAG meetup place, right?
Yes.
Wow, full circle.
It looks very different from when we had that there.
Emotional.
Yeah, very emotional.
You should have a
no more KB toys in that mall then.
That mall is
or Circuit City.
There are no stores in that mall at all. The only
every store I can think of that was in that mall does no longer exist.
We went up. Elliot and I snuck out and went upstairs to the mall area because there's still the big open space for the Dave & Buster's to get in and out of the mall, and we just walked around the Ghost Mall. It was bananas. If you've never walked through a Ghost Mall before, it's like an experience in itself.
Did you see if you could possibly rent the Ghost Mall?
That would be cool. Because what
It might
else
be
are they gonna
cheaper.
do? They had a room, like one of the stores. I actually know what it was. It was the old off Fifth.
The fountain would be awesome. Like that's like a whole activity for like hours, just a fountain with
It was no joke, a Girl Scout cookie warehouse. That's what one of the stores was. Just a warehouse for Girl Scout cookies. I guess they got to go somewhere, and why not an empty store in a dead mall?
Are you saying that I could open up a giant ping pong club at a low price?
I think you could open up a ping pong club for like a nickel.
With like the highest ceilings ever for maximum awesomeness?
I don't know how high the ceilings are at that mall.
Oh.
I mean, they're still pretty high. I mean, you'd be good, but the only things in there are the Dave & Buster's. There's a cheesecake factory on the other side.
What's it even called? Is it the Fortunoff's Mall? What's the name of it?
The Source Mall.
Source Mall, right.
And there is the Fortunoff outdoor store, which was one of but not Fortunoff's, just the outdoor, just the one that sells patio furniture. So it's like a portion of a store.
Right.
So it's not even a full store.
That's, the margins are good on patio furniture.
Yeah.
That's what stayed open.
Exactly.
And it's big. They couldn't get it out. They couldn't get the shit out of there. It was just cheaper to stay open.
So those are in a full size mall. Those are the only 3 businesses in there, and they're not even in there because you can't get into them from in. There's no door in the mall to get into them. It's all still outside. Like there's no mall. It's crazy.
Nice.
But,
everybody knows I love a good mall.
I know.
By the way, Nick's UK in the chat says, in the UK, they used to open empty shops in shopping malls for ping pong.
So I think you're onto something. You should look into it.
Mrs. Cheapy actually wants to do that. She's talked to me about that.
There are signs.
Somehow. I don't know why, but she does. That's not a joke. That's my life.
Next time you're near Roosevelt Field, just
start playing ping pong.
Just drive the extra.
See how that goes.
Drive
you stand over
5
there.
Minutes, get the number of the whoever the real.
Oh
is.
God, yeah, I know. I'm doing it. I'm working on it. It's happening.
Get it started.
It's starting. I'm already getting it started.
Excellent.
I'm playing with my balls right now.
Okay, that's weird.
More show feedback.
Yeah, Sean Nola and Bob Dole 007 have comments on the same topic. Mostly about us talking about chicken sandwiches like we did last week. Sean says, I never really understood ASMR until Wombat described putting fries and nuggets on a junior bacon cheeseburger. That got me pregnant.
He still doesn't understand ASMR because that's not what it is.
It would be like...
Right. It would be you eating the sandwich, the noise of you eating the sandwich. I don't think talking about it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be a gatekeeper for ASMR.
Well, when you
do I?
When you unwrap the
I did try the McDonald's chicken sandwich since the last show.
Okay.
The one that I had last week. It's not very good.
That is not going to be a mainstay on the menu.
No, I don't
that
think
is
so.
That is a advertising campaign that's going to sell a lot of chicken sandwiches in a short amount of time, and then they're going to have to come up with a new chicken sandwich.
Well, the crispy chicken sandwich, the better one, apparently is still there. You could choose which one you want. I don't know. It's all very confusing. McDonald's, get your act together.
That is confusing.
Yes,
we got
Dole,
Pokemon cards though.
I know you
in our Happy Meal.
You got one.
What?
You got one.
I did.
Didn't you get a Pokemon Happy Meal?
No, I got a chicken sandwich.
Well, someone in your oh, don't give me that semantics, man.
My kids got the Happy Meals.
Who paid for it? Did they pay for it? Did they go up with their $4 and they got a Happy Meal, or did you get them a Happy Meal? Because as far as I'm concerned,
they brought it in off the porch. Where it was dropped off
by DoorDash.
Correct. And they were very pleased to get Pokemon cards. And then I let them open up the Pokemon cards. They sat on the counter for a day. And then I told Gretchen, oh, we got Pokemon cards over there. We should probably just take a glance on eBay to see if these are like worth anything. Because I know everybody's been going crazy for them. And yeah, sure enough, like the hologram Pikachu that Dashel got is like a, I don't know, $70 card on eBay.
Wow.
So
now there's gambling in Happy Meals, basically.
Yes.
Everything is everything is Bitcoin now. Now there's basically Bitcoin in Happy Meals, if I'm understanding correctly.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Did you finish the show feedback here?
No. Bob Dole said, thanks to your fast food talk, I had to get a BK original chicken sandwich for the first time in 10 or maybe 15 years. It is indeed the exact same smell, taste, and texture as it always has been. I don't know if I'm thanking you or mad at you. Also, he wants to know how the Coca-Cola Insider boxes are this year.
Well, Wombat, I got this new audio set up. I can take calls now, and actually I have a call coming in from your dietitian.
Uh-huh.
You should probably stop talking about fast food and Coke and things like that, because we've got to do some work here.
That's weird. I don't like that.
I like it.
I don't like it at all.
I like it a lot. By the way, when you subscribe to this channel, that's where your money is going, to buying these boxes that make me have fun.
Oh, I thought you meant the Coke boxes.
No, I'm not buying any Coke boxes. Different boxes.
I bought the Coke boxes, and yes, they are a disappointment. So, there you go.
That's great news.
That's so weird. What is that setting called? Disturbing?
Yeah. Well, I was doing the voice shifting too.
Uh-huh. I don't like it.
There's a lot of options to fuck with you. Don't worry, Wombat. We're just getting started.
Great. Well, there's one more comment from Noob Mitt Hoot, who says, hey guys, I don't know if you just selectively pick out the negative comments, but I can't help but shake my head about the stuff people care to complain about. You guys provide free entertainment with an incredible consistency, and if you happen to say something I don't agree with, it doesn't take away from that. In fact, I would say it adds to the value of the conversation. People on the internet can be incredible. I hope you don't take all the comments to heart. Always know that every complainer takes the time to complain, but many of us simply enjoy in silence. I've been listening to the CAGcast for 10 years now. Started as a little boy, but looking for a podcast while walking the dog, and you guys happen to be on the iTunes charts. Keep up the great work. Thank you for all the episodes, and greetings from Germany. Please don't read this with a German accent, Wombat.
That was more Austrian, I would say.
That's all I got. I don't know if I have. Like, I could pretend to be Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
that was cool. That was a lovely comment.
Yeah. And I can say Wombat takes every comment to heart.
Mm-hmm.
I take none of them to heart, and Cheapy doesn't read them because he doesn't want to take them to heart.
Right. Because what happens is you don't get that many good ones, and even when you do, it's like, who cares, right? You get a couple that it's nice to see, certainly, but like once you start seeking them out, you're gonna see, when you start seeking out the good ones, you're gonna discover a lot more bad ones. It's better just if the good ones happen to just come your way naturally, and if they don't, that's fine too. Just avoid the bad ones. That's the key points.
So that's why you've given Wombat this job of getting the show feedback every week.
When he doesn't do it, I do. I've been known to do it too. But yeah, I like to give Wombat a project to keep him honest. That's the primary reason. And keep him interested and invested.
That's more important.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Shall we watch this, boys?
I think we shall.
Wow, there's a major motion picture open this week.
That's right. Thomas and Jerome.
Now, I have to say that nobody on this show has watched more Tom and Jerry than I have in terms of the original Tom and Jerry cartoons.
I understood what you meant. Yes.
I have not seen this movie. Should I watch this movie?
No.
Okay.
Should I watch this movie?
Did you, or
should I?
No.
I opened up my copy of Cyberpunk and it has a free month of HBO Max in it. And I'm like, ooh, Tom and Jerry movie just came out.
I mean, you know what? You could probably watch it with your kids. I mean, it's not like it's got some Tom and Jerry violence in there, but it's not as bad as you've ever seen. So yes,
My kids enjoy Tom and Jerry. Yes.
And yeah, your kids are gonna like this movie. You won't. It's one of those movies where at one point my son had to go to the bathroom, so I paused it, thinking how much there's got to be 15 minutes left on this thing, and there was an hour left, and I wanted to jump out my own window.
You should have just fast forwarded.
How long is this movie?
It's an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's egregiously long. It just in the middle of the movie, you think it's over. Like, all right, they wrapped this up.
You finally killed that cat.
And then, no.
The cat's alive still.
Oh, it's not very good. So.
Did you watch a lot of original Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're authorized to be making passing judgment.
Yes.
Okay.
How could you have not watched that?
I've probably seen every episode, every short Tom and Jerry short that was ever made.
Okay, fair enough.
Ba-na-na-na,
Okay, you passed the test. All right.
So that has live action people in it? Is that right? This isn't just animated, it's live action people as well?
It's live action people with an anime. All of the animals are animated.
I don't remember
there
being
Manhattan.
A big people presence in the cartoon.
So it takes place
only a leg now and then.
There were some where, like they would toss Tom out of the house or whatever, right?
You get out of here, you cat.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's got all the people are humans, like regular live action humans, and all of the animals are cartoons. So it takes place in Manhattan. But if there's a pigeon, it's an animated pigeon.
I'm all right with that.
So I kind of I actually am on board with that conceit, because at least the world has rules to it, as oddly as that sounds.
Is that what you were worried about coming into the Tom and Jerry?
No, I'm saying, like, for a movie that doesn't need to have rules, for some reason they set rules. Does that make any sense?
In terms of the visual production, they've set rules.
Yeah, like they decided that if there's a dog, that dog's going to be animated.
Right. I'm not watching this, it sounds like. Thank you for saving me the time.
And some of the animation is really bad. Like there's like moments, because apparently they had to finish it up during quarantine, and you can tell where they were like, oh, they didn't quite get to that part. So
right.
What can you do?
I started watching a new series on Netflix with the whole family. It's not family friendly though, but we're bending the rules a little. Sorry, Shipwreck, you don't have Netflix, so it doesn't affect you either way.
No effect on it.
Your son is 13.
It's like show comments, just no effect.
Right. This is Age of Samurai: Battle of Japan, or Battle for Japan. Is that
good? Because we were looking at
pretty good.
Starting that last night.
It's pretty good. I will say this: Mrs. Cheapy is a staunch Japanese historian, specifically this time period. She actually, I believe, taught this time period in certain situations. And she'll nitpick some things here and there. She does enjoy it. And it's about like Nobunaga and those guys. And
so is this like a dramatization, or is this like a documentary?
It's a mix of the two.
Okay.
That's the guy who had Ambition, right?
He did. He had a lot of video games made after him. It's pretty good. It's very bloody. It's, there's a lot of people getting cut up with swords in it, and heads come off. So if you don't have and there was a mild sex scene, at least in the second or third episode. There's some cowgirl riding.
We're just gonna have a little mild sex.
Yep.
Is that how it went down? Hey, you, me, having a little mild sex.
Nobunaga's got to get busy. He needs heirs, and
that's the samurai way.
It's an important part of the story, and they need to depict that with a woman. Right now, I don't think there was any nudity, but there was some cowgirl position, and that's
reverse or
no, straight up. They didn't do the reverse back in the day. That's a modern invention. That's disrespectful to the ancestors. If you.
Your wife would have been very upset.
I think you're thinking of ninjas.
No.
You're getting the two confused.
Ninjas show up in this. We're about to get into ninjas.
Okay.
Like episode 4, something. Ninja position. Let's Oh, so Ted Lasso.
Never
Now,
heard of it.
It's a. Isn't that the Apple TV show you told me to watch?
For about
like a year now. Yeah.
Well,
Quite a
great
while.
news. We didn't watch it, but we bought an iPad, and now we have Apple TV for a year, and so we are ready to watch it.
perfect.
We just had to.
It won a major award.
We're on it. I'm right with you. I'm not fighting this. I'm going with the flow. We had to catch up. We had to buy the iPad first. We got the iPad, by the way, so we could do yoga. We started doing yoga every day.
I didn't know that was a requirement.
It is.
To do yoga every day?
iPad position.
iPad position?
No. We found a good iPad yoga app.
Did you get one of those giant mirrors?
No, I just had an iPad, whatever the cheapest iPad is. The cheapest iPad with a small storage. By the way, the cheapest iPad is very good. I would say no need to get
better than that Kindle Fire you bought?
It is better. It is better than that. I will admit it is. But is it 10 times better?
Yes.
It's only like eight times better, and that's the price difference. I'd say whatever it is, whatever the price difference is, it's accurate to the performance. It's the perfect price to performance ratio.
Okay, so now you can bend down because you have an iPad. So
yes.
Now those correlate with each other.
Anyway, but now it comes with a free year of Apple TV. And if you're looking for a good yoga
mat, does it come with a free yoga mat?
No, but Downward Dog or Down Dog is the name of the yoga app. If you're looking for a good one, we're enjoying that every day. You may see that on your Apple Watch, Shipwreck, that I've been doing the yoga. Has that been popping up?
With strawberries?
I haven't noticed it, but I'll take a look at it.
I thought you were monitoring my exercise.
I am monitoring your exercise. I may just not have seen the notification.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't see notifications.
Yeah.
The notification I'm waiting for currently is we got a smart cat toilet installed today.
What is a smart cat toilet?
So
wait, you don't know?
I don't even know what a dumb cat toilet is.
How do you not know this?
What's a regular cat toilet?
It's like saying, what's a doorbell?
I know the box with the sand.
I'm embarrassed for you.
If I have to repeat the same conversation I had to have with the plumber today,
okay,
right now, I will.
Yes.
But so it's something called a cat genie, and it is a cat litter box, but you hook it up to a cold water intake, and then it has you have a hose that comes out and goes into wastewater. So you can either like drain it through your toilet or out through like your washer hose. But instead, since we don't have a toilet where our cat litter boxes are at, we're running it out to where our water heater and everything has its wastewater dump. And so this thing goes in and it cleans itself and takes all the poop and goes out just like a toilet.
Wow.
And it lets me know when the cats use the box.
It has an app?
Yes, it has an app.
It has an app.
This is connected to my network now. So now I am waiting for the first use of this.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought
if I get an exciting look on my face, it's because I get a notification that one of my cats
took a shit.
Or
pee-pee.
Number one. Yeah.
Or a little pee-pee.
It'll take care of it though.
Wow. I thought I had the useless gadget with
useless, though. It's an extravagance, certainly. But right now we have like 3 litter boxes, and it's not one of my duties around the house.
Duties.
Exactly. It's one of Gretchen's. And so this was hey, I know you don't like emptying out those litter boxes after long, hard days of work of dealing with animals.
Wow.
So we got the robot cat box.
And so there's no cat litter at all? It's just
it's granules. So it just stays in there, right? It just washes them and it just reuses them. And then from time to time, like over a long time, you would change them out. But it has I
wonder why, like Howard Stern has a ton of cats and hundreds of millions of dollars. So I've never heard him talk about this thing.
He has this thing there called people that live in his house. And do
No,
everything
but
for
not
him.
he doesn't not during quarantine. He doesn't. He's by himself. So like I think, but even still, like I would have heard he would have had this. He's got the ass washing toilet, so he's down.
This doesn't have a bidet in it for the cats. We didn't go with that model.
Well, they like a dirty ass, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of their charm for cats.
Yeah.
To have a little bit just left over.
They have to have something to lick.
Yeah.
And smell.
So, yeah, that was a fun conversation with the plumbers today when they got here, and I had to explain.
What do y'all want? You want one of them? What do you mean? It's a toilet for your cat? You got what? A toilet for your cat? Man, my cat don't got no toilet. I don't know what accent this is, but is that what your plumber sounds like?
That's the typical Ohio plumber accent.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you fancy with your cat toilet. Was he impressed or was he like annoyed by it? Or both?
He was very professional.
Good.
Based on his accent, he's never met a Jew.
Once I explained what I just needed him to do, it was really independent of the cat toilet. It was like, hey, I need a cold water faucet here.
Right. You're speaking his language then.
Yeah, I need it so I can get this hose to that wastewater over there.
I don't know nothing about no cat toilets, but cold water hose, I know that.
You ever meet a Jew?
You got them horns.
What's that like?
You just peek around. I heard you talk to a Jew once a week.
What's that
Two
like?
Jews. How can you talk to two Jews at once?
Anyway, your cat toilet's ready. That'll be $8,000.
Spare no expense.
It's worth it for the cats. That's pretty awesome. I would get a cat if we had one of those.
They're
Sign
the
me
most
up.
invasive species in the United States of America. And they are an ecological disaster.
Cats?
Yeah.
But if they're in people's houses, how is that an
If they're
ecological
in people's
disaster?
houses, they're fine.
Okay.
But outdoor cats are a big problem.
I haven't seen. We have one that I see around, but but that's it.
They kill lots of birds. I know we have an outdoor cat around here too that lives in my backyard parts of the day, but we don't feed it unless mice count.
Mr. Treehorn in the chat says, "Man, the plumber contingent of the audience is going to be pissed at you guys. This could be like the mailman."
Not me. I was perfectly happy.
At the end of the plumber story, he made $8,000. I think he's doing just fine.
Yes.
I was the idiot in this story.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think my plumber listens to the show.
Shipwreck's the one who paid him $8,000 to put a box in next to his heater.
A hole with water.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're in Watch This Bitches still.
Sure. I watched something else that's on Apple TV.
Okay.
Apple TV exclusive. The Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry.
I don't want to hear about music documentaries. I don't have time for that.
Only when they're 2 or 3 decades old, right?
No, I would watch this.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
I would
like
also
Billie
watch
Eilish.
this. I also like her.
I'm not a bad guy, huh?
There it is.
Huh?
There
Dad.
it is. There's the dad, Billie Eilish.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Are the
Yeah.
parents in the documentary?
Yeah, of course.
They're pretty cool.
They're parents. They're hippie LA show business parents, right?
Yep.
It's not, they don't come off as exploitative of her at all. So that's refreshing to see, of course. Like there's always that worry with a teenage superstar that maybe the parents don't have the best intentions, but it doesn't seem that way in the movie, at least. So
they were
Hold on.
professors, right? I believe. Or no? They were on
he
Howard
was
Stern a couple
he was
years
washing
ago.
his car at some point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They were on Howard Stern like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and it was a very interesting interview.
I like to tell my kids that Billy and Phineas Eilish seem to get along just fine, and look at what they could do. Maybe they should start doing that.
Right. Get me out of this house and into
Get
like
me out, yeah, and then I could be the bad dad on one of these documentaries.
No, but he's not a bad dad.
I'm just saying on my
could be.
documentary. This is a different documentary.
Right. This is Right. Sabrina and Elliot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a good film though. Like it's interesting if you're familiar with the album. It's interesting to see some of the scenes where they just kind of offhandedly recorded some stuff that's on the album, right? They just recorded everything in their bedrooms.
Yep.
So it's
a small bedroom.
It's really good. It's interesting to see that much footage like of something in real time that was getting ready to get huge.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's good.
Excellent.
Something on Apple TV that I wouldn't recommend that I watched a little bit of.
Okay.
I'm almost through it all is the movie Palmer.
I don't know
that.
Familiar
with this one at all?
Nope.
This is a Justin Timberlake vehicle.
Is it the Arnold Palmer biopic?
It is not.
Is it a Robert Palmer biopic?
I believe his name is Eddie Palmer in the movie.
Oh. Okay.
His acting skills are actually pretty good in this movie. It's just it's a story that's been told like a million times. Like he's a guy who gets out of prison, who messed up, ex high school quarterback superstar, messed up, goes back to a small town, becomes the father figure for a feminine, I don't know, 10-year-old boy. And the general things that go along with that. You can fill in the rest of that story.
How'd you pick this one to watch?
I don't know.
He has
I have Apple TV.
Yeah. He has one streaming service and it was on it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Actually, you have Amazon Prime, don't you?
I do have Amazon Prime. I don't find Amazon Prime to have a lot of quality content.
They have RoboCop and RoboCop 2.
But they're going to
they have old stuff. Like
they have really good old stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch Coming to America though?
Yes.
I didn't ask you. I asked Shipwreck.
I'll wait and see what the internet says about that one.
According to the critics, it's supposed to be pretty good.
Okay. Then I'll probably watch it.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
We'll report back. When's it out? This week?
Next week.
Oh.
Next week. Next week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. What do I look like?
Calendar.
Eddie Murphy's hype man?
No. Last bit of business for Watch This, boys. PlayStation Store is not going to be selling movies and TV shows or renting them.
Brokenhearted.
I rent from Xbox all the time.
Okay, but that is not the same thing.
That is an ecosystem.
Right.
It's like if I said Burger King is closing down all its stores, and then you said, but I eat McDonald's all the time.
Fair enough. All right, Wombat. Now it's time to work your magic.
All right, let's hear from our friends at Mack Weldon. After taking a brief hiatus from outdoor activities and workout routines, it's time to get back to the grind with new spring essentials from Mack Weldon. With body mapping technology and fabric mesh zones, Mack Weldon Stealth Boxers deliver enhanced breathability and support. Perfect for everyday wear or to be layered underneath your workout gear. And for sweatpants, you can wear outside without feeling like you're wearing sweatpants. Check out Mack Weldon's new Ace line. I am wearing Ace sweatpants right now. I know Cheapy is wearing Ace sweatpants right now. They are the most comfortable and nicest sweatpants I've ever owned. I highly recommend them. And I know Cheapy always likes me to mention they have a zip-up pocket on the side that's perfect for putting your keys in. So you can run and exercise with them on, or if you're just going to the mall and you want to put your keys somewhere where they won't fall down. They are great. They have all men's essentials, socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, or active shorts. Mack Weldon promises comfort and a consistent fit. You will look great. You will feel great from working out, going to work, or on a date. Mack Weldon is for everyday life. They have a wider range of custom fabrics that can keep up with you no matter what your day looks like. They have their totally free loyalty program, Weldon Blue. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life Once you reach level 2 by spending $200, you get 20% off every order for the next year. And don't forget the Mack Weldon guarantee. They want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep it and they'll still refund you. No questions asked. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast. That's MackWeldon.com/CAGcast, promo code CAGcast for 20% off. Mack Weldon, reinventing men's basics.
Wonderful. What an ad read, Wombat.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Did you notice me modeling the zippered pocket?
I try not to look because I get distracted from the sexy.
No, I understand completely. I would recommend that you do not look.
I'm currently modeling the silver underwear.
I don't think you're allowed to show that on Twitch.
I'm showing it right now.
Do not. You're not actually.
Yes, he is. I see it.
It's right here.
Yeah. What? You don't see it? I don't understand.
All right, let's move on to new releases.
Oh, I know Shipwreck's playing one.
I'm playing a couple of these. Yeah,
Really?
I am.
I only know about one.
The Deuce.
Which one? Which one don't I know about?
The Monster Jam Steel Titans 2.
Yeah, that I know about. How's that?
If you were looking for quality of life improvements in your Monster Jam game,
I am.
Have I got good news for you? Gone are the days of confusing economic systems that forced you to choose between unlocking trucks and earning more money to upgrade your trucks in the endless hope that you would unlock Gravedigger before your son deleted the save file.
They heard your feedback, Shipwreck.
They heard my feedback. Now there is a campaign-based structure where you do like 3 events, and guess what? You have a new monster truck. And guess what? The more you use a monster truck, the more it upgrades automatically.
Yay.
Yay.
Did you get Gravedigger yet?
No, we haven't gotten that far. But we do have all of the dog monster trucks unlocked.
Oh, okay. Do you have the one with the bullhorns?
No, we haven't gotten that one yet.
Okay.
We have a good selection. We probably have about 12 to 15 monster trucks already.
Do you have the classic Bigfoot?
Bigfoot is not a Monster Jam truck.
Would you say you have a plethora of Monster Jam trucks?
Almost.
Good.
This is a better game than the last Monster Jam. They gave you more open world as well, so you're not just constantly running into things. And when you run into trees this time, they break the trees. They don't just stop your truck. So Monster Jam Steel Titans 2. Great. Woo-hoo! Great for you and your 4-year-old.
Great. What else?
I enjoy it. I've been playing on Switch. I've been playing some of Castle Kong. This is a arcade game, very much is it an homage to Donkey Kong?
I don't get it.
It's a castle themed Donkey Kong.
I don't get
it. And it's pretty well done. I would say that the controls and everything mimic Donkey Kong very well. And yeah, I like Donkey Kong. So for $5, Castle Kong, pretty good.
And I want to look.
Isn't Donkey Kong on Switch or no?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who could possibly know?
Oh wow! Look at Castle Kong.
Yeah,
it's like Donkey Kong in a castle with kings instead of donkeys. I mean, gorillas.
Yep. It does not pretend to be anything else. And they launched it with like contests, where I think the first prize has already been claimed. Some guy won like $5,000 for getting a high score in it. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
How's the music? And the sound effects, is it like classic?
The sound effects are pretty good. They're fine. The music, it's not coming into my head right now.
That's okay.
When I play Switch, I don't generally blast the volume on my Switch because I'm usually like playing in bed or yeah, it's pretty much it. I'm playing in bed or I'm playing it hooked up to the TV, but I'm not playing. I haven't played Castle Kong hooked up to the TV.
I get it. My daughter stole my Switch, and I haven't seen it since June. So
Nice.
it's okay. She's happy.
PlayStation 5 got Game of the Year Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Pretty sweet.
You gonna double dip?
No. I'm not looking to spend another 80 plus hours to play
For no reason.
For no reason. Yeah. Fantastic game though. And people on PlayStation 5 are looking for something to play right now, right? So
Most definitely. I saw a wild PlayStation 5 in the online marketplace today on Amazon. It was the digital edition, but it was available. Thorban tweeted it out, and I could have bought it, but I did not. Mrs. Cheapy showed me a picture of a black PlayStation 5, and she said, "This looks okay." And I agreed. But I said, "They don't sell this." Like, yeah, but
I'd even settle for a black controller at this point too. Give me another color controller. I don't want to buy a bunch of the same color controller.
So, because you got to know which is the good one.
Right. It's you have to know which one the kids are mucking up.
Exactly.
And spitting on while they're playing the robot game.
Right. They get the brown controller.
Let's see. There's a new Harvest Moon game out, One World. I've not played that yet, but I'm sure that will enter my household. I know that it will enter my household because we ordered some limited run or whatever. Whoever had that game as a physical version, we ordered that version.
Right. One World, is that like Jamaican themed?
I hope so.
Sounds like it.
I can only assume it is. I traditionally Harvest Moon, I think, is really an allegory about Jamaica.
And you're growing weed in this one, probably.
Probably. I think that's probably what they're going for.
That's Harvest Moon. Yaman. Right, Wombat?
Yeah.
What else we got this week?
Anything else? Oh, Bravely Default 2 came out for Switch, but I never got through Bravely Default 1. But you guys gonna hop in on the 2?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't like the title. I'm against the title.
I already bought it twice.
What about Retromania Wrestling? Because that's out this week. Is that supposed to be good? That's the spiritual successor to WrestleMania, the old arcade game. It looks just like. You never heard of this? I figure like you heard of this. Am I crazy?
Why would I have heard of this?
It's supposed to be good. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I probably have heard of it, but that name is.
When did you ever hear we talk about wrestling?
I don't know. Not you, maybe, but Shipwreck.
Arcade,
classic arcade wrestling games.
Well,
no?
yeah, I played the games.
Sure.
But I don't watch wrestling.
No, neither do I. You probably did at one point.
No Cincinnati wrestler.
I did.
Sure.
When I was, I don't know,
12.
Yeah.
Sure. Me too. And we had good video games then.
It was pretty good wrestling when I was 12.
I know. It was so good.
I don't have a problem with it now, but I've been to a wrestling event before.
So have I.
I went to one when I was really young at the Nassau Coliseum. I saw the WWF. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greats.
Yes.
I went to one in college.
So did I.
That's when I saw Monster Jam was in college.
I was a post college Monster Jam.
It was pretty awesome. I got to admit, it was pretty fun. We went.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Retromania, good. You getting it, Cheapy?
I might check it out. I wish like they had people that I knew. Like, can't we get the old guys in there? All these guys that are dead, can't we get them in here? Well, they got to get the license. Because I'm pretty sure WWE owns these guys' likenesses in perpetuity. Doesn't matter.
They own their corpses.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. They would animate their corpses if they could. What else we have?
There's a lot of games. I don't know. What else on this list?
None of them
Astro
are good?
Dogs?
I don't know.
What's Ghost and Goblins Resurrection?
Oh, that's the remake of Ghost and Goblins.
Too hard.
Yeah, it has that. I don't know if I like the new style though. That weird, almost like papercraft flash animation look that they're going with.
Right. They got to double down on that retro look, I feel.
Maybe.
Whatever that means.
Mm,
Don't ask me to define that.
I don't know.
What else? That's it?
There's a lot here.
There is. I
I'm
thought
sure
there was
they're all
isn't there
fantastic video games.
isn't there a pandemic going on? How are we releasing so many games right now?
Well, we haven't released a lot in a long time.
These are
It
all
seems
because these are all little games made by small teams.
Oh,
There's no games on here that are AAA full price games.
all right.
Yeah, that's why.
All right. Not even Monster Jam?
Not even Monster
it's
Jam.
a $40 game.
Yeah.
Single A.
I'll check that up into the quality of life column for it.
Right. Perfect. All right. We're ready for Wombat's fortnightly news.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, the big news this week was that Epic Games has bought Fall Guys developer.
Mhm.
What's that? Mediatronic? No, that's not Mediatronic. What's the name of them?
Fall Guys.
Come on.
Fall Guys Burgers and
Oh, it is
Fries.
Mediatronic.
There you go.
I thought
knew
you got it right. That's what threw me off when you said it wasn't them.
Right. I got confused. Media Molecule. There's a lot of...
I heard it was $34 billion.
probably not.
No, I don't think so.
That sounds like a lot.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought I might have been guessing too low.
So, yeah, Epic is doing a good job of buying up these guys that if you come out with a hit concept,
Yeah.
anything for the Epic store, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Every time you buy one of those skins in Fortnite, you some developer.
What about Fall Guy skins in Fortnite?
Is Fall Guys still a thing? Is that still going strong?
I have no idea. Maybe when it comes out for other consoles and stuff this summer, but is that too long from? I have no idea.
Is it out on iPhone yet? I don't think so, because that could probably happen.
If Epic owns it, it's not going to be.
Oh, well, they would,
Wah, 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 wah.
because that would be a good way for them to have more people play the game.
Yeah.
They could make that happen.
Yep.
All right, well, that was some big news. What else we got here, Wombat?
Well, if we're sticking with the Fortnite talk,
Sure.
So DC Comics announced that they made a deal with Fortnite, and they're going to be releasing a new Batman X Fortnite comic book series that's going to run from April through June. There's going to be 6 issues, and each issue of the comic book, the physical comic book, which features Batman and Fortnite people, is going to have a code for Fortnite DLC in the comic book.
This is big news.
And if you can collect all 6 comic books and enter all 6 codes,
if you can,
trust me, these comic books I guarantee you are going to be hard to find. If you can find all 6 comic books and enter in all 6 codes, you get the exclusive armored Batman skin for Fortnite.
Are these? When you say this comic's going to be hard to find, can't you just reserve it at your local comic store ahead of time?
Probably, I would hope so. I would assume so. I mean, I don't know if I have a local comic book store. The one I used to reserve from was in Manhattan, and I haven't been there in quite some time. So the other way you could do this also, is if you wanted to do the new DC digital comic app. What is it called? DC Insider or something like that? I don't know. DC Unlimited, like Marvel Unlimited. You could get it that way too. But I don't think you can buy just the digital issues and get the code. It's a little convoluted. So.
No.
I know. So I'm hoping to be able to get the physical comics because I would like those.
I hope it works out for you.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would like to
same.
get the 6 digital issues, 6 physical issues, so I can have the physical comics for myself and my son.
So I feel like you need a game plan here. This doesn't seem like you have a game plan and you're just relying on.
No, I mean, I have time because it doesn't come out for it comes out, I think, first week of April. So
now, when you say you have time there, I think that's only a month away. And if you want to pre-order something at your local comic store, even if you don't have
do it
one
now, do I have to find out what I have to find a reputable store and start pre-ordering these Batman comics?
Yeah, I think you're in the time frame.
Yeah. So I could walk in and
looking out for you, Wombat.
Good afternoon, sir. Here's your comic book, and I could say thank you and leave.
Shipwreck always helping Wombat plan his way to get free content.
I'm not free content. I'm going to be paying for this.
Gotta pay for that.
Well, you're paying for the comic. You're getting.
I'd be willing. Like, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like Wombat has the opportunity to miss out on something he'd really like.
Don't blow it.
And I know I could make this happen on my end, but I want to make Wombat do it on his end.
Yeah, no, I have to find the right store and go in and ask them and say, hey, I heard about these comics coming out. How do I make sure I get all 6 of them? And they'll say, oh, it's real easy. You just
give me money.
Yeah, and even if they said you'd have to pay for them all up front, I would happily hand the man my $35.
Do you not have any comic book stores around you? That
I honestly don't know. I've never really bought comic books on Long Island.
Newberry Comics at Roosevelt Field Mall is waiting for you.
I guess. I mean, I guess I could try them. It's funny. I don't even think of them as like a comic book store.
They have comics and pops. If you need any pops.
Yeah. They're like a knick-knack store. That's why.
It's 90% pops and also socks.
Yeah. So
all I'm saying, Wombat, is when these comics come out, you better have them and not complain that you didn't get them.
No, I know. I will do everything within my power to get them. I'm happy to. I know. I was spoiled when I literally my desk faced Midtown Comics and I could see it from my desk. And I would just be like, oh, I'm going to Midtown Comics.
I'll just hold a sign up and they'll hold these comics for me.
Exactly. Like it literally would be that easy if I really wanted something. So now I have to like put effort into it. And
all right, what else we got here in your fortnightly news?
Sure. Well, they're coming out with a new Aliens game. It's one of those is it one of those asynchronous games, or is it just you play as the Marines against aliens? Did anyone watch the trailer? What is it?
I didn't. I admit to not watching it or reading anything about it.
Because I didn't put this on here. I assume the person that puts it on here knows why it should be on here.
It was one of the news items of the week. I personally I've never watched the movie or have much interest in those.
Really? You never watched Alien or Aliens?
I watched part of Aliens. I watched part of both of them, I would say.
You may want to revisit those. I think
those are
right up your alley.
I'm not against that. I think I know what it's all about, and
I don't even think that matters. I think, especially maybe even with Ty.
I'm sure I watched it in college, and just forgot.
It looks like it's a co-op horde mode.
Okay.
You play as the soldiers shooting the aliens.
I'm sure that could be fun.
It sounds like a formula.
Mm-hmm.
Tried and true.
Right.
They did add the aliens into Fortnite. I don't know. Was that before the last show or after the last show?
Who knows?
Yeah. I did not get it, though. So I did not buy the alien skin.
See, you're also not an alien man.
I like Alien well enough, but not enough where I need to play as the alien in Fortnite.
Fair enough.
I don't buy every skin that piques my interest. There's a lot I don't.
Oh, that's good to hear that you have the willpower.
Yeah, I'm probably... Yeah, usually it has to be something crazy like Snake Eyes. Otherwise, forget it.
Got it. What else?
I finished up Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Congratulations.
Yep.
What's that like?
It's like you're playing a game for 35 hours and then you realize, holy crap, there is a ton of game here. I think I'm just going to go beat this game. And that's what I did. And I get an email the next day from Ubisoft because Ubisoft games, they like to send you emails about how well you're playing their games.
Interesting.
Do you not get these?
No. I don't think so.
Really? Do you not get these, Wombat?
I don't know.
What do they say? You're doing a great job with the Rainbow Six?
Way to I don't know.
Way to murk those terrorists.
Free that Aphrodite. You did it.
Really?
I don't think I ever got any of those emails while I was playing that game. No.
Oh, I get them constantly.
Interesting.
And so they sent me one the day after I beat it. It's like, great job. You beat Typhon. Here's your stats. You've got plenty left to do. You're at 25% complete on all the side quests. And I'm like, delete.
25%.
Yeah, the thing about that, I get like there's some amount of audience. It's like, yes, I want 140 hours of Immortals Phoenix Rising, but it has to be such a small percentage. And I'm just like thinking about like how much development time and resources were put in to making all of this like content that nobody will see, which is a normal game thing, but not in this context, like where people are going to beat your game, but they're still going to miss like 75% of the content just because they're not interested. They're not willing to make this their life.
Well, I bet you finished that game too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did the same thing though, right? You said you beat it in like 40 hours, so you had to be at like around 25%.
I think I had more than 40 hours, but yeah, probably the similar percentage.
Yeah. It gets to a point where you've done, like, I almost completely cleared out 2 of the areas. Like everything on the map cleared out. And then I'm like, I've kind of seen what you have to offer here. Like it's the same thing over and over again. And so I beat the next 2 areas. And then I open up this 5th area where you're climbing this mountain.
The mountain is insane.
It's super, super tall. And the whole way you're going through and you're seeing all these things pop up on your map that you could be doing. And you're just like, nope, we're climbing this mountain. We're getting to the end of this thing. My kids really liked watching. It's weird though, because some of the dialogue is just like completely inappropriate. Like it's a very like friendly game, and then all of a sudden people are calling other people assholes.
I told you that.
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't warn you.
I know, and they weren't in the room for that section. Like, but it was like
it happens literally one time too.
Yeah.
It's like weird. Why do that? I don't know. That's why I play Fortnite with my kids in the room.
So Immortals Phoenix Rising, it's pretty good, but
it's too much.
They made a lot of it.
Too much game.
I'm gonna pass. Ubisoft, you can keep sending me the emails, but I'm gonna pass on the season pass.
Deal.
Yeah.
All right, let's should we talk about the Outriders demo? Because that's something that happened. That's a game that's coming out.
That is, yeah. I played some of that.
I also played some of that. So did you, before we start talking about it, which path did you choose? Which, do you remember?
Fire shooting guy.
Fire guy, okay. I chose Trickster. That's the slow down time guy and then shoot people in the face with a shotgun.
I'm wondering I don't know if I made the right choice or the wrong choice. Basically, I could shoot a wave of fire in front of me, but it kind of goes through everything.
Right.
And when someone's on fire, I get health back.
Right. So first of all, this game, I mean, this is a third-person Destiny, right? Like basically third-person shooter Destiny.
It's a third-person shooter. It's very Destiny-like. It has the same kind of dumb hub world thing where you get to a point, it's like, all right, you're going to start a mission. Do you want to matchmake before starting this mission? And when you start this mission, there's no pausing. So you better be ready to do it for however long it takes.
I don't mind.
And there you go.
I don't mind the that like matchmaking shit and stuff, but I do not like having to walk around the hub area to get to like to start a mission. Like I feel like I understand they want you to like look at your character
but it should just literally be like one room. It doesn't need to be like 4 levels with dirty looking NPCs walking around that do nothing.
5 flights of stairs.
Yeah,
like why?
The bazaar that has like 18 stalls, but only 2 of them actually sell stuff.
And it's fine to have that stuff, but just don't make me walk from one end to the other to start the next mission. Just let me just get it going, because I was actually having pretty good time with the combat. I feel like I chose well in this Trickster guy. I did watch a YouTube video first before I made my decision.
I didn't. I just made my decision.
Because I just wanted to, I don't know. I didn't want it to be like a typical third-person shooting experience.
That's why I picked the fire guy. I thought, fire would be fun.
He did a little different. This guy's a little different, cause the Trickster guy, because he's creating these time bubbles. Remember, there was we've seen this mechanic in other games. really cool with a time bubble and the bullets. When the bullets come through, you see them moving in slow motion.
I like that. I could dig it.
And the guys are like, "Oh no, I hope you don't shoot me in the face." And you do, obviously, and everything's just happening in slow motion. It's really cool. And you can teleport behind guys, and you have a sword, and when you slice them with the sword, their skin melts away and you just see their bones, and then they disappear slowly.
So
and then
maybe I may have picked the wrong. I have a thing though where I can light a guy on fire, and if I light the guy on fire, he starts to glow and pulse, and then he becomes a bomb, and he will blow up the 4 people around him.
right,
So that's kind of a cool move, I guess. Fireman has.
right.
So
I don't know. I did enjoy the actual, like, the gameplay elements, which is not dissimilar to like a Gears of War or something where you're running from cover to cover, but you have like the Destiny powers basically, or that's pretty much the concept here.
There's a Gears of War cover system in a Destiny loot game. The loot is cosmetic, so it does have that going for it. I kind of like the fact that my guy kind of looks like an asshole. That's sort of like what I like in these cosmetic games. I have a shirt and pants and a hat that don't match. So, there's something fun about that.
Okay, because Mark Laundry wrote in and wanted to know your take on the gear and the cosmetics.
It's fine. I'd like there to maybe... I'm wondering if there should be more of it. I honestly don't know. It's the demo. Who knows? There's that fine line where you don't want there to be too much and you don't want there to be too little.
Right.
But yeah, the weapons seem to be interesting enough. I found a cool sniper rifle that I can use to knock heads off of guys from a distance. That seems to be what works for me in this game. It's okay. The problem, again, it's just the demo. Who knows what could change between now and April 1st, I think is when it comes out. But
yep.
It's there's nothing special about it. I'm not playing this going, oh my God, this is nothing like I've ever seen before. I'm blown away by this game. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait for April 1st. It's more like, all right, this is fun.
Right. I like the Trickster. Watch a video of the Trickster, Wombat.
I will. Maybe I'll change it up.
Also, I did notice that for some reason in all the cutscenes in the demo, the camera.
I don't even watch them.
Well, I know it's a good. I had to skip them because the camera is so shaky during it.
I wouldn't know.
It was actually bothering me. Like it hurt to watch.
This game has so much exposition in it. Like everything requires a cutscene. I opened a door to save. I guess I was saving someone. I don't know. I opened the door and it could have just been like, thanks, you saved me, and that's the end of it. But no, it went into like this whole thing. Oh, cutscene. This guy. Oh, another guy walks in the room. Whole thing. Cut. 4 minutes later, I'm like, I don't need this nonsense.
Well, you can skip them all. You can skip.
I
the
know.
cutscenes.
I hold that B button down like nobody's business.
I will say that it is cool that the demo progress carries over to the full game. I think that's a really good idea in any demo. If it makes sense in your game.
I think you thought you would like about this.
What's that?
That they're calling it a demo and not a beta.
Yeah, well, I don't get offended by what they call it.
You have in the past. You they call it a beta, but it's really just a demo.
Well, sure. If the game comes out in a month and you call it a beta, that's not an accurate name for what it is. But anyway, I like to see that in more demos, that the progress carries over, because that does prevent me from buying your game. If I play through a long demo and the game is just like okay, or maybe like a little better than average, and I know I'm going to have to do that all over again, it turns me off.
It does need to be. If you're playing alone, you should be able to pause. That's really my big drawback in that game. If I'm playing alone, let me pause. Square somehow figured it out for Avengers. You can figure it out for this stupid game.
If Square could figure out how to put in Avengers and figure out how to get 7 different Hawkeyes into Avengers in the first few months of release, then they can figure out how to pause the game.
How to pause Outriders. It's funny. Every time I try to play that game, something happens. Someone's like, "Can you help?" I'm like, if
and it warns you when you pause it. This isn't stopping the action.
This isn't stopping the game. And then I'm just dead, and I'm just like, I could literally hear myself dying on repeat, like freaking Looper. And I'm like, okay, whatever. This is dumb, but yeah. So basically this is the kind of game I would like, but then they go and do that thing that makes it impossible for me to like it.
No pause. Too much Destiny, perhaps. We'll see. These games evolve, though, too. Who knows?
You'd think they would have learned their lesson after so many of these types of games have failed recently. Stop shoehorning your mandatory online game of service nonsense into what was clearly started as a single player role playing game.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't know if
they're
that
just
was how clear that was,
shoehorning
but
shoehorning in their nonsense. Stop it.
all right then. All right,
Stop it.
let's move on to Shipwreck's slightly uncomfortable segment. We've got a follow-up from last week.
Fantastic.
I think that was last week where we were talking about Hogwarts Legacy and how Resetera banned the discussion of that game from their forums because of a transphobic project game developer, lead game developer, and also J.K. What's her last name? Rowlings. But they just announced that Hogwarts Legacy is going to have a trans-inclusive character creation system that you can do anything you want, basically. Anything in your imagination you can create and make it he, him, she, her, whatever you want to do. It seems like they're doing it, to be as inclusive as possible. And now I think Resetera is now they're in the position where like, well, do we let them? Are we allowed to talk about them now? Are they on the shit list still, or are we okay now? Can our community talk about this game? Is that allowed?
Maybe I'm naive to the subject here, and Wombat can fill me in if I am. But what does a trans-inclusive character creator in a video game entail? Is that just allowing you to wear and choose from the full gamut of options?
I don't know. It is. It's sort of a weird. You're not wrong in your thought process.
Yeah, I'm just trying to piece it together of like
what exactly does that mean?
I'll explain it. Do you want to know?
I do want to know. Have my character referred to they or them?
Basically anything. So you can have like a male sounding voice on a female looking character and then have that character be whatever.
That's a stretch in this. Like, games have done that for a long time in various
and that doesn't
ways,
necessarily equate to trans inclusion. Trans inclusion would be I identify as a female, so I'm playing as a female, which this game has been able to do since day one. What Shipwreck's asking is, how does putting this trans inclusive sticker on it make that any different? Am I following?
No, yeah, you've got my point exactly. Like, I don't understand how.
I like the idea of saying that they want to be trans inclusive.
Yeah.
But to say that they've now added in something to make it trans inclusive is in many ways the opposite of making it trans inclusive. Because to be trans inclusive, what you're saying is whoever you identify as, that's who you're playing as in this game. But those, for all intents and purposes, those genders already exist in the game, and that's what you're playing as.
Yeah, and you're creating a character.
And I may also be oversimplifying this as
well.
No,
it's just it's like exactly like I'm just trying to wrap my head around what this actually means in a video game character creator where you're creating
in a game that's rated probably T for teen.
It just means that
Harry Potter.
All it means is that the voice and body type are not tied to the gender.
But that's
a lot of
plenty
games
of character creators that are like that you can go, haha, I made my really feminine character have this real deep burly voice and a beard, right? Like there's plenty of character creators.
Or is it that you could just change it? I mean, Immortals, Phoenix Rising lets you mix and match everything and change anything you want at any time, and you could be and however and whatever you look like all the time. But that's it's.
I never thought, oh, this is really trans inclusive of them to let me make this character whatever I want it to be.
And in many ways, that is more trans inclusive in the sense that it's not saying, "Hey, look at us, we're being trans inclusive."
Yeah, like exactly. That's the weird part about it. Like,
I think that's sort of where it becomes a thing. It's like when you're saying, "Well, look, now you can do all these things because we're trans inclusive." In many ways, that's like saying, "No, we're not."
it's saying, yeah, you're not doing it because you're trans inclusive. You're doing it because you're a video game.
And you're
Like,
and
you're a video game. You can choose. Oh yeah, sure.
It's a video gamey thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I could see if you came back and did like the Xbox avatars, and they came back many years later and said, "Oh, guess what? Now you can combine all of the female and male stuff because we segregated that before."
Well, they did do that.
Did they? Okay, great. They're trans inclusive.
Yeah.
Send them a badge.
Right.
You passed the shipwreck test.
No, I just don't. It doesn't.
They actually did that very early on. I think from the beginning on the Xbox One, they allowed whatever your basically it was that whole thing of whatever your body type you picked, you could wear anything. And there were you could change your body type to look like so many different things. That was a big step at the time to basically to allow a masculine figure to wear women's clothing. And that's not even necessarily trans inclusion as much as it is like Dan Levy wearing a dress to the
right.
To the Emmys.
It's the boy from the Justin Timberlake movie.
Sure, I haven't seen it.
I know. Nobody has. That's why I'm using it as a big example.
So again, it's a bigger question. And I don't have the real right answer for it either.
I'm bored by the whole thing. I got to admit.
Okay, well, fine, then never mind. I was going to say, because at the end of the day, whatever you identify as long as the game allows you to play it, then yes, that's inclusive and that's great. But that also doesn't necessarily mean that the game is addressing their issue at hand.
I'm assuming that all the pronouns are just going to be shepherd.
Pronouns are witch and wizard, I'm pretty sure.
That's one of the reasons why that game, has
Shepherd.
that following it has is because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
We've fixed the pronoun problem. You can play as any gender you want. We're just going to call you shepherd.
Right. As long as you're called shepherd, it's fine.
They'll probably, they could get away with it. Just call you wizard. Welcome, wizard. Where would you like to go, wizard? Welcome to Hogwarts, wizard.
That's it? All right. That's it for your slightly uncomfortable segment.
And that one,
I just hope we didn't offend anyone.
I don't know. And I will openly admit that I am naive to the whole trans inclusive thing. Like I want to be inclusive of anybody, but I could step on areas there unwillingly, right?
It's really easy. If someone says this is how I identify myself, then that is how you identify them. I think
it's getting to that point though of like, when do you have that in the conversation is the uncomfortable part.
I understand that.
Right? It's I don't know how to handle that smoothly. And that's on me?
Yeah, kinda. I say when in doubt, they, them.
See, but it's poor English, like growing up, like they, them.
I know it is hard to wrap your head around at
right.
times. I understand that too. And I know you don't mean to make it offensive, but it's also something that you just have to learn over time.
It's really hard though to undo the proper English that's in my head. Right. And it's me, like, I even have to think through it and go against what I was taught to say, like in English.
Mm-hmm.
So if we offended anybody, I did not mean that at all, and it is my ignorance.
And I get it, and I also hopefully have not offended anyone, and if we have, we don't.
Please, etc. Keep us on your forums.
Yeah, we're
this segment couldn't be going any better. By the way, this is a home fucking run.
Hey, whatever.
Things are getting slightly uncomfortable in here. Woo woo!
We're just trying to be good people.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm glad the segment is just perfect. This is just what I had envisioned when I thought of it. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to Nintendo. There was some breaking rumors right before we started the show. Darkness in the chat hooked us up. There's a Bloomberg report about a new Switch model. This is the rumored Pro Switch. It's rumored to have an OLED screen and 4K graphics when docked. So the portable, I think, is still going to be like 720p. And it's also going to have a smaller bezel, and it's rumored to come out this year. So does this sound? I can understand a new system. I wouldn't think that they would make a super high definition portable screen because that doesn't make any sense. But I could see a 720p screen and like 4K graphics for the TV.
Okay, so here are the two big questions on this.
Right.
Would a console like this would this be would there be profit in this console? The way that it's spec'd out by Bloomberg, how much would they have to sell it for? And would it
4K graphics doesn't mean like that's just a resolution, right? It doesn't mean that the games are going to look like Gears of War 5, you know.
That's fine. I mean, it's not going to play something. It's going to play the same games that the other Switch has. They're not going to they're not going to slice up their market like that.
Right.
Are they going to release something that costs $700?
No.
Nintendo never sells a console that doesn't make a profit, right? Isn't that like a Nintendo thing? That they always try to get profit out of their consoles, as opposed to Sony and Microsoft that take a loss on theirs? Or am I making that up? I feel like
no, that's correct.
True. Yeah, I knew that was true at one time. I think sometimes they launch at a slight loss and then go from there. But
okay, but so let's assume the Switch is sold at a profit. Why would you release a console that's going to be significantly more expensive to make when your current console is still selling out as soon as it hits the shelves and will have most likely a smaller profit margin? That's my question. Can you answer that? I guess my big question is, why do this? What's the gain here?
They get all the people who already own a Switch to buy a new $400 model while they take the existing Switch and have a newer version of that they can make cheaper, and that can be like $250. Maybe they could put out. Well, they already have. They have a $200 version.
They have the $200 Switch Lite, which
yeah.
is the. I mean, that's the one that's selling like hotcakes, right?
Right.
I mean, the other one sells too, but I'm sure that the Switch Lite is selling in much higher quantities than the $299 Switch. I think. Are they at the point where they need to sell everybody new Switches?
No.
Have we hit that yet?
Well,
I think so. And wouldn't they don't they just sell more Switches by just, putting a Legend of Zelda sticker on it? We talked about that last week.
They do to an extent, but not like a complete redesign would give them.
They do both though. They'll totally do both. They'll put out a new redesign and then they'll put a Zelda version of the old one out.
This upgrade is not that big of an upgrade. So I can kind of believe it.
It'd just be like upscaling their graphics to 4K, right?
So yeah, I guess the question is then who is this for?
It's for people who want to go buy another Switch, right?
So this is a second Switch. This isn't a starter Switch.
No, this is a Switch for the people who, like me, bought it on day one, and that day one version is not so great anymore. Like it gets super hot. Your joysticks are not staying where they should. Although I do not have drift on mine.
I don't know either, and I think mine's like a launch one too.
You don't play yours much though.
No, I don't. It gets a lot of Animal Crossing love though. Let me tell you.
So there's a market for it. The thing that I'm shocked about is that time frame. If they're going to get all these components by June, and I don't know how recent where they got their info from, computer parts and silica and all of the just little components for electronics are incredibly short supply right now. So to try to launch a new version of something in June, or start at least releasing that design to factories to start making in June, is a pretty big endeavor currently. So I would not expect them to launch in any kind of mass production until later this year at the earliest.
Right. So what does that mean? It'll be on store shelves.
I would say October, September, sometime.
Huh.
Maybe.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky, and it'll be in extremely limited quantities.
Perfect.
There's a reason like you can't find PS5s and Xboxes, right? It's not because they're like holding them back. It's because the materials to make them are extremely limited right now. And it's going to be the same. You find one thing in that Switch that they can't find for those LED screens or whatever processors they're using, and it delays the whole thing.
All right. What else we got here? Apex Legends is coming out on Switch also.
Congrats.
That concludes our Switch news.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
When was the last time you played that?
I had to hide it from Ty, so it's just hidden.
I meant Apex, not the Switch.
Oh, Apex? I don't play Apex anymore. I just play Warzone. I don't want to have to know what all the characters can do and which character is good against other characters, and I don't know. It's fine, but I like Warzone better.
It's no Fortnite.
Exactly. That's why I like it better. Let's go to the CAG bag. I think it's time. It's getting late.
All right, hook it up.
At Joe Co writes in and says, since I'm buying both consoles, I'm looking at the Xbox Series X for the value.
Series S.
S, thank you. Xbox Series S for the value. Do you think I'll regret it?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Shipwreck.
This is someone buying both consoles. I think they're going to, clearly this is a man of means. He's going to want the best of everything.
The guy at the bagel store told me he bought a PlayStation 5 and he was buying the Series X also. And he told me he was really excited about it.
The S or the X?
The S.
Okay. You don't know how to say S.
I said
X,
S. I said S. Now you're making me angry. My voice is cracking.
Do you have S with your wife or X with your wife?
Neither. Both. I mean, both. I think I hear good things about the Series S. I haven't heard anybody, but then again, there's
nothing pushing the X yet, right? So
right.
that's why eventually you're going to regret getting the Series S, most likely.
Yeah, it's not the same power, right? The S is not as powerful console as the X.
I would just wait. I would get nothing now. You're not really missing anything.
I don't know. I like my Xbox Series X. I use it every day.
It's okay.
It's worth it to me for those load times.
The load times.
It's so sad, but it's a good argument.
The load times.
Yeah.
I mean, we play on two different Xboxes, right? We have one up in the living room that is the old Xbox One Pro, and our Series X down here, and it is painful for some of the games that Dashel plays because a lot of those like Lego games take forever to get to a screen where you can select something. Like it's just loading screen after loading screen. And so it's to the point like, yeah, when these become readily available, I'm going to buy another Series X for that TV up there.
I mean, Madden is another one. Madden, the load times on the old console were ridiculous. When that game came out, I tried the demo, the 10-hour demo with my EA access. I wanted to check out what's new in Madden. And I didn't play very much of it because the load times were just excruciating. And it came out this week on Game Pass, so I downloaded it, played it, and it's just like bing, bang, boom, I'm in a game.
Big bang,
I got
boom.
my weird ass Jets team that has Dan Marino as the quarterback.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. Warren Sapp on the Jets. Why not?
Another CAGbag question from @IamNotATwit. Should I buy a new graphics card or an Xbox console with Game Pass at this moment? Because holy shack foo, the 3060 is over $500. But just like we said above, though, there's no software to drive these new systems at this point.
No.
Unless you haven't played a Spider-Man game before. And then you can still play that on PlayStation 4. It's tough. It's a tough sell right now if the money's tight and
I don't know. By the time he gets a new Xbox console, maybe there'll be something out for it because it's not like they're so readily available.
Right.
As Prick already said.
It's a good point.
But then
Just
again,
camp out now. Start camping out now.
I just don't like this question. Tell me what I should do to make myself happy. I don't know. Make yourself happy.
Buying these things it's not going to make you happy.
Buy a
The
woman.
3060, that's the lower end of the high end, right?
Yes.
And that's over $500 right now?
Yes.
Stick with the Xbox. At least you're getting the best of that. I don't know.
$500 for the 3060 seems like a lot. What did that come out at?
I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate. I've not fact checked this, but could be true. I think that's it. I think that's it for the CAG bag and the show. If that's okay with you, unless there's something else you want to talk about.
No.
Hey, wait, let's test this out. Wombat, I have a special blast from the past for you. You ready? And we can test out my new sampler at the same time.
Check it out.
Tell me if you recognize This Is Your Life, Wombat.
You are so much trash that you're trash out of the garbage trash, and it smells like so much poo because you suck at games. Yes, you do. You suck at games. You suck at games. Trash.
Nice. Nice one. You know what you have to do now for next week, by the way?
What's that?
If I knew you were able to do this, I would have said to do it for this week.
Uh-huh.
Is you need to have the Kegs on News song ready for next week.
Oh, yeah. We have all this technology now.
Yeah, you need to have Kegs on News ready for next week. Otherwise, you're a giant failure.
I have also another potential.
You second podcast.
I have another potential theme for CAGs on News. I heard my son was practicing his trumpet. I thought like, wow, this could be a good intro theme for a segment on the CAGcast. Tell me what you think.
So what end does he use to play the trumpet? He knows it goes in his mouth, right?
He does not practice a lot. I got to be honest.
That's all right.
Back in my day, they made you practice. You had to practice a half an hour a day, and your parents had to sign the form, and you had to hand that in. These days, they don't give a fuck. Just like, as long as you take the trumpet home with you, like, just get it out of here.
You could see the bass I have over my shoulder that my son has to practice on.
Yeah.
Every night, a half hour a night.
See? He has no such
That's why
mandate.
my son's going to NISMA and yours isn't.
Right. He's not. I went to NISMA, and guess what it did for me?
Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
I know. I'm teasing. But
It was hard, though. It made me, I sweat a lot at that NISMA.
Yeah, it is hard. We have the sheet music. It's a pain. For those who don't know what NISMA is, it's the New York State Music Association, and you have to be invited to participate, and they test you on how well you are at your musical instrument. And it's like apparently very difficult. So
Right.
Yeah.
I did it twice, I believe.
I never did it.
I'm still better at the trumpet than my son. I could rock that 20th Century Fox theme, no problem.
You gotta get people want it to be the Jurassic Park theme.
Well, he's there. He's not playing that.
I know you do. You do.
Oh, I can play it. I could play it. It would sound too good. It wouldn't be funny.
Oh, I see.
All right. What am I telling you to do? Watch us record the CAGcast live Wednesdays right here on twitch.tv/cheapassgamer, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a great time. Also, join the CAG Discord, discord.gg/CAG. Join the Fortnite Dads group, the Warzone Dads group. I think those are the two Dads groups.
Monster Jam Dads group.
That could be the next one if there's interest. That could be a thing that happens. There's plenty of groups for non-dads as well. Don't worry. It's not just for dads anymore. And yeah. that is about it. Wait, let's raid somebody. Wombat, you should
Wait,
tell
we have to
people.
say thank you to our sponsor, Mac Weldon, for 20% off your first order. Visit macweldon.com/CAGcast and enter promo code CAGcast.
Okay, we're going to raid Jake Twitchin again because I have him queued up and he's fast and he only has like 9 people watching him and he's very wholesome, I feel. And he would appreciate the love. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bresdon.